Necklace is a short story that follows the main character, Madame Mathilde, and she dreams a life full of riches and luxury. However, in reality, she's married to a low paid clerk and leads a life far from her imagination. Her husband, on the other hand, loves the little things that life offers and goes above and beyond to make his wife happy. One day, he surprises Mathilde with an invitation to an exclusive ball. Mathilde tried to come up with every reason not to go, as she didn't think she would look the part. The husband makes several sacrifices for Mathilde so she can have the perfect outfit and night. Finally, Mathilde is feeling good about attending this event, and the final touch is the diamond necklace that she borrows. After what Mathilde thought was a perfect night, it takes a turn for the worse when she loses the necklace. Unable to find it, her and her husband have to work for 10 years in order to pay off its debt. Only then does Mathilde find out that the necklace was fake, and she and her husband endured terrible living conditions for nothing. The setting. So the first literary element is setting, and the story takes place in Paris, and the readers can infer that because they mention two very famous streets. So one line is, it brought them to their door in the Rue des Martyrs, and the second one is, one Sunday, as she had gone for a walk along the Champs-Élysées to freshen herself after the labors of the week. And this is kind of like saying Fifth Avenue. Everybody knows it's New York. It's kind of similar to Paris. And then to go along with the setting, the story is filled with imagery. There's lots of detailed description that helps the readers envision the setting and enhances the overall understanding. For example, when Mathilde imagined vast salons hung with antique silks, exquisite pieces of furniture supporting priceless ornaments, and small, charming perfumed rooms. And then during the story, the mood that I felt was pity for Monsieur Loisel, because he sacrifices everything and he puts his wife before himself. And at the end, she doesn't really show any appreciation towards him. An example is, he grew slightly pale, for this was exactly the amount he had been saving up for a gun. Nevertheless, he said, very well, I'll give you 400 francs. He gave Mathilde his money he was saving up so she could buy a brand new dress, even though she didn't really need it. And then the second example is when he uses his entire life savings of 18,000 francs his father left him when he died, so Mathilde didn't have to tell her friends the truth about losing the necklace. And then the theme of the story is to be grateful for what and who you have in your life. Mathilde was so caught up in the materialistic aspect of life that she didn't realize what an incredible husband she had that stuck by her side through all the difficulties, while her friends went MIA on her. And then another element in the story is foreshadowing. So two of the biggest examples is when Mathilde asks her friend to borrow the necklace, and her friend responds, yes, of course, without hesitation. This is, if the necklace was real and valuable, why would her friend just willingly give it to her? And then the second example is when the jeweler says, I didn't sell that necklace, madame. And this foreshadows that Madame Forcier didn't even buy a real diamond necklace. And then for symbolism, the necklace is the biggest symbol in the story. And it's beautiful, but it's worthless. And this represents appearance versus reality. Mathilde demonstrates how she only cares about appearance and looking rich. However, in reality, she's putting up an act of something she's not. And she's so caught up in the idea of wealth that she doesn't even question the authenticity of the necklace. Just like how she doesn't question her own authenticity and how she's not being true to herself. And then finally, the story ends with situational irony. After 10 very difficult years of extra labor, she's happy that the work is finally done and she can admit the truth about replacing the necklace to her friend, to which she replies, oh, my poor Mathilde, but mine was an imitation. It was worth at the very most 500 francs. And she finds out that it was all for nothing and the necklace was fake all along. So although the necklace is a short story, it is filled with lots of literary elements like mood, theme, foreshadowing, symbolism, and irony. They're all great examples to use when reading other literature in this class.